Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today I'll be reading Say That Again, See What Happens by Sincerely Star on Tumblr. As always, links will be in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. You were minding your business. That was the first thing that hit you as everything started to go wrong. You weren't doing anything. You were just there, walking beside Katsky, your hand loosely hooked around his arm while the two of you moved through the crowd like any other couple out on a normal day. You had been talking about something stupid, something that made you smile, and for once, Katsky hadn't even snapped at you for rambling. He had just listened quietly. His steady presence was the only response you needed. And then the yelling started. Unbelievable! A woman's voice snapped, sharp enough to cut through the noise around you. People like you have no shame anymore. You blinked. Was she talking to me? You thought. Your steps slowed as your brows pulled together, confusion settling in first before anything else. You glanced around instinctively, thinking she couldn't possibly be talking to you, but she was looking straight at you. Her face was twisted, angry in ways that didn't make sense. Her arm hooked tightly around the man beside her, who looked far less invested in the situation, his eyes flickering anywhere but her face. Walking around like that, no wonder men stare. She continued, louder this time, drawing attention. Have some decency, you whore. Your grip on Katsuki's arm tightened. What? You hadn't even realized what exactly she was talking about. You looked down at yourself for a second, then back at her, your chest tightening as the insults started to settle in. Shock hit first, then hurt. I didn't. You started softly, your voice uncertain, caught off guard in a way that left you unprepared. You hadn't done anything wrong. You knew you hadn't. But the way she was looking at you, the way she was speaking like you had personally offended her, like you had done something wrong just by existing, made something twist uncomfortably in your chest. And she still hadn't noticed him. Hadn't noticed the way Katsky had gone completely still beside you. Hadn't noticed the way his arm slipped from your grasp, not to leave you, but to step forward. Hadn't noticed the way his expression dropped into something dangerous. His red eyes locked onto her first, then her husband, then back to her. Slowly. Say that again. See what happens. Katsky's voice cut in, low and sharp. The woman paused mid-rant, clearly not expecting to be interrupted. Her eyes shifted, finally landing on him, and for the first time there was hesitation, because Katsuki Bakugou was not someone you missed when he stood in front of you. Nobody misses his broad shoulders, towering presence, and his glare that looked like it could burn through skin. And right now, it was directed entirely at her. The hell do you think you're doing? He continued, his tone rising just enough to carry, just enough to make people nearby turn. Excuse me? She snapped, trying to recover, her grip on her husband tightening. I'm talking to that. Yeah, I can hear that. Katsky cut her off flatly. I'm asking why. His jaw clenched as he tilted his head slightly, eyes narrowing. You got a problem with how my partner looks? He asked. The woman scoffed, regaining some of her bite. If that bitch didn't dress like that, my husband wouldn't be staring. Katsky let out a sharp, humorless laugh, dangerous and completely mocking. So your solution, he started, voice dripping with disbelief, is to run your mouth instead of dealing with your pathetic excuse of a husband? The man beside her stiffened immediately. Hey, he tried. Shut up, Katsky snapped without even looking at him. You don't get to say shit here. Katsky's attention snapped back to the woman, his gaze even harsher now. You're embarrassing yourself, he continued, blunt and merciless, Standing here screaming at someone who did nothing just because you're too damn insecure to handle the fact that your man can't keep his eyes to himself? The woman's face flushed red. I am not insecure. Yeah? Katsky interrupted again, stepping closer, his presence overwhelming. Then why the hell are you blaming someone else for what that person did? He jerked his chin towards the man. Last I checked, he's the one with the staring problem. The husband shifted uncomfortably, clearly wanting out of the situation now. Man, it's not that serious. You would too if someone was dressed like that. Katsuki's head snapped towards him this time, his glare enough to shut him up instantly. Don't play dumb, incel, Katsuki said flatly. Silence. Then Katsuki scoffed again, shaking his head slightly before looking back at the woman. You really thought yelling at someone was going to fix that? He continued. What, you think if they disappear, your low-life husband will magically like your ugly ass? His lip curled slightly. Newsflash, it won't. The woman opened her mouth, but Katsuki didn't give her the chance. And don't even start with that if you weren't dressed like that crap, he added, his tone turning sharper. They could be wearing a damn trash bag, and it still wouldn't change the fact that your husband is the issue and you're an insecure piece of crap. A few people nearby snorted quietly at that. Katsuki didn't care. His eyes stayed locked on her. You want to be mad? He went on. Be mad at the right person, just like what I'm doing right now. His gaze flicked to the man again, dismissive. Or better yet, he added, voice dropping slightly, more cutting now. Figure out why you're so damn threatened by someone who didn't even look your way. That one landed hard. The woman faltered, just for a second, and Katsuki didn't miss it. Yeah, thought so. He straightened, rolling his shoulders slightly as his irritation settled into something colder. Next time you feel like running your mouth, he added, try using your brain first. It's there for a reason, you know. Might save you from looking this stupid in public. You might as well have written I hate myself on your forehead. Unbelievable, she snapped, turning back around. You think yelling makes you right? Katsuki just tilted his head slightly, like he was already irritated that this wasn't over. No, he said flatly. I think I'm right because I am right. That should have been the end of it. It wasn't. You're just defending them because they look like that, the woman continued, her voice rising again as she pointed at you, her glare sharp and ugly. People like them know exactly what they're doing. Your stomach dropped slightly at that. Katsuki, you just stood there, stunned all over again at how quickly it turned back on you. Katsuki noticed just from your voice that you were close to tears. Of course you did. And that was the moment the last thread of his patience snapped. His expression wasn't just irritated anymore. He was furious. You're still talking? He asked, voice low. Her husband stepped in before she could answer, clearly trying to regain control of the situation, his tone defensive. Man, you need to relax, he said, holding his hands up slightly. She's just saying. Katsuki moved before he even finished the sentence. His fist connected with the man's face with a sharp, clean impact that echoed louder than anything said so far. The husband stumbled back immediately, completely unprepared, losing his footing as he hit the ground hard. Gasps broke out around you. You froze. Katsuki didn't even look at him after. Not at first. His attention snapped right back to the woman who had gone completely silent, shock finally replacing her anger as she stared at him. He stepped forward, closing the distance in 2 strides, his presence overwhelming, suffocating. His hand shot up, pointing directly at her face, not touching, but close enough. You don't get to stand there, he said, his voice sharp and dangerously controlled, and run your mouth about them like you know a damn thing. The woman flinched. You just hit him, she stuttered. Yeah, Katsuki cut in, completely unapologetic. And I'll do it again if he keeps talking. Behind her, the man groaned, trying to push himself up, his nose already bleeding. Katsuki didn't spare him a glance. His focus stayed locked on her. You want to call them names? He continued, his tone dropping lower, colder. Go ahead. Keep going. He leaned in slightly. See how far that gets you. The woman's mouth opened, but nothing came out this time. Katsuki stepped even closer, his shadow falling over her. You want to fix your life? He continued, voice quiet but cutting. Start by looking at the guy you're standing next to. He jerked his chin towards the man again. Or don't, he added with a shrug. Keep embarrassing yourself. Doesn't change anything for me. The man finally got to his feet behind her, wiping at his nose, his expression angry now despite everything. You think you're tough? He snapped, stepping forward again. Hitting someone out of nowhere? Katsuki turned his head slowly, his gaze locking onto him, and smiled. Not a nice smile, not even close. You want another one, motherfucker? He asked. The man opened his mouth, and that was all it took. Katsuki took another step forward, the man immediately taking one back. Weak ass, he muttered. He looked between the two of them one last time, his patience completely gone now, his voice rising just enough to make sure they heard every word. Get out of my damn sight, he said. Neither of them moved. Katsuki's jaw tightened. I said, get out of my damn sight, he repeated, louder this time. His eyes darkened, something dangerous flashing between them. Before I forget I'm a hero, he added, voice low and deadly, and actually do something you won't walk away from. That did it. The woman looked like she wanted to argue, but the words didn't come out. Her husband tugged at her arm, clearly done with the situation. Let's just go, he muttered. She hesitated, then finally turned, dragging him along with her. Her earlier confidence completely gone, both of them retracting quickly, whatever fight they had left, completely gone. Katsuki watched them leave for a second, before clicking his tongue in annoyance. Damn extras, he muttered under his breath, before he turned next to you. And just like that, his entire demeanor shifted. His eyes scanned your face quickly, taking in the way you stood there, still a little frozen, still processing what just happened. Hey, he said, stepping closer again. His hand came up without hesitation, gripping your arm gently, thumb brushing over your skin. Look at me. You did. Your expression was still a little shaken, a little hurt despite everything, and something in his chest tightened at that. Don't listen to that bullshit, he said immediately, his voice firm. His other hand came up, cupping your face, forcing your attention fully on him. She was threatened and started projecting, he continued bluntly. Got nothing to do with you. His thumb brushed lightly under your eye, not because you were crying, but like he was making sure you wouldn't. You hear me? He added. You nodded slowly. I didn't do anything, you murmured. Yeah, no shit, he replied instantly, irritation flaring again. Not at you. That's the whole point. He leaned down slightly, pressing a quick, firm kiss to your lips. It was grounding and reassuring in the only way he knew how. When he pulled back, his forehead rested briefly against yours. You look fine, he muttered. More than fine. Perfect, even. His hand slid down your arm again, rubbing it absent-mindedly. She's just pissed 'cause she knows it, he added, scoffing quietly. You let out a small breath, some of the tension easing out of your shoulders. Thank you, he said softly. He clicked his tongue again, like the words were unnecessary. Don't thank me for what I'm supposed to do, he replied. His arm moved around your shoulders this time, pulling you closer to his side. Long as I'm here, he continued, voice low and certain, no one's gonna talk to you like that and get away with it. He shot one last glance in the direction the couple had gone, his expression still sharp. Especially not pathetic excuses of humans like that. Then his attention returned to you, and stayed there, right where it belonged. Alright, that's the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, links are in the description, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!